Imagine you live in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and you're one of the 46% unemployed young people who desperately wants to change something. They always tell you the best way to make a difference is to vote. So you walk in, and they give you this, probably the longest ballot ever. And you need it, because this is a country with 14 separate parliaments, 5 presidents, hundreds of representatives, and not to mention 136 appointed ministers. That's a bit of a headache, but a price worth paying to fulfill the obligation of citizenship. So, how do you vote in Bosnia-Herzegovina? Let's break it down. First, you get to vote for a member of the presidency, a 3-member body that replaces a single president, each representing one of the 3 constituent people: Bosniaks, Croats, and Serbs. The presidency is mainly in charge of foreign policy. All decisions they make regarding it should be based on consensus, with rare exceptions when deciding on international agreements. As views among major ethnic groups usually differ, Bosnia mostly abstains from voting at international institutions, as in the case of the recent UN Jerusalem Declaration. So you're done with the presidency now, and are voting for candidates for Parliamentary Assembly of Bosnia and Herzegovina. After that, in most democratic countries, you would be done. But in Bosnia, now you're moving on to the entities. Entity is probably one of the most used words in the country. This is complicated, so bear with me. There are 2 administrative units formed after the 4-year war in the early 1990s. One is called the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina, made up mainly of Bosniaks and Croats. The other is Republic of Srpska, made up mainly of Serbs. Each entity has their own presidents, vice presidents, prime ministers, parliaments, and ministers. And that would be it. Unless you live in entity Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina that has cantons, administrative units made so that there are some areas where Croats and Bosniaks are a majority. Then you have to put a little more effort and vote for the Parliamentary Assembly for one of the 10 cantons you live in. Who invented all this? Well, it was the international community. During the Dayton Peace Agreement, which ended the 1992 to 1995 war, they wrote a constitution trying to satisfy the 3 sides of the conflict. The war ended, but the country suffers from poverty and corruption, and probably the most complicated system of government in Europe.